Welcome back, Pokemon Trainers. Professor Chaz here. The lab coat's on back order, and it's time for another episode of Pokemon White, our playthrough here on the channel. Nearing completion, from what I can tell. There's not really too much that I can think of to do in the game, but we're here in White Forest right now. We're going to check things out. Last time we did a little bit of diving to check out the Abyssal Ruins, and I still don't know what the point of that place is, but we got some items down there. We also met up with the last of the 6 available 7 Sages and brought him to justice, thanks to Looker. But I think Looker wants us to do something else, and I don't know if I've ever completed that. So I might be kind of lost for the next little bit. But we're going to check out White Forest. We also did a triple battle here, which was a lot better than the previous triple battles, because I wasn't going into it with the Nuzlocke rules in mind. Yay! But before we actually speak to anybody, let's start off with our usual recap of who is on our team, and are they in the proper order for levels? Not even close. We're going to let Sheldon lead the way. Kind of don't like all those tripled up water type attacks. Actually, he's got nothing but water moves. Water Pulse, Dive, Water. Actually, you know what? Let's let you know what the attacks are when we do the summary. So Sheldon, our Blastoise at level 66, is first up. He is Common Nature. He has Torrent ability, and yep, Water Pulse, Dive, Waterfall, Surf, all water. Because we needed him to maneuver around the area. But I can always use the move deleter and Heart Scales to get him back a more proper moveset. Anyway, next up we have Fluffy, our Dragon Slayer of the Johto region, our level 66 Clefable. She is a sassy nature Pokemon with cute charm ability. We've got Ice Beam, Metronome, Sing, and Moonlight for the moves. Excuse me. Next up is Blaze, our Charizard at level 68. He is quirky-natured. He has the Blaze ability. We've got Flamethrower, Air Slash, Dragon Pulse, and Solar Beam. Next is Sprout, our Venusaur at level 67, the MVP of the Sinnoh region. He has a relaxed nature with Overgrow ability. We've got Giga Drain, Sludge Bomb, Toxic, and Leech Seed for the attacks. Next is Machamp at level 67, an adamant-natured Machamp, which is very nice. He has the Guts ability. We've got Vital Throw, Earthquake, Stone Edge, and Payback. And last but not least, someone we're not really using for the most part, but he came in handy versus Cynthia in a previous episode, Curem. And again, I'm saying he. I gotta try to remember they're genderless. He, who cares, has a lonely nature, met in the giant chasm. Yes, I know it's pronounced chasm. I like having fun with the mispronunciation. But we've got the pressure ability, of course, and it has Glaciate, Dragon Pulse, Totem Fly. Again, I said him. And Endeavor. I'm going to endeavor to keep the gender in mind for the future. Or, I guess, the lack thereof. Alright, so what is White Forest all about? It's all about fresh air, a comfortable breeze. This place does have everything indeed. Does it have a Denny's, however? Fun fact, I've never gone to Denny's, because I don't think we have any here in my area. But I hear about it all the time. Who is Karena? Keep going! Yeah! My Pokemon and I are running! Phew! I'm tired of running. Time for another battle. For that, back to Black City. Huh? Also, I did not know there was a Pokemon Center here. That's kind of handy. City life seems like it would be really nerve-wracking. I actually like it. That's a good question for you folks. Do you like country life or city life? You know, this goes back to the old childhood book of City Mouse, Country Mouse, or was it Country Mouse, City Mouse? I don't know. I don't think I've ever read it, but I know of it, and there's 2 ways of seeing, you know, daily life. You can live in a big bustling city kind of thing, or you can live in remote, quiet locations. I kind of prefer the city myself. There's more things to do. Well, I shouldn't say that. There's plenty of things to do anywhere you go. It depends on what interests you. For me, my interests are kind of like, you know, within the city limits. So for me, I think city life is the way to go. But how about you folks? Colin says, I like how everyone here looks so happy. I want to make them even happier with my business. Business opportunities don't just come rolling at you so easily. I feel like Black City may be a better fit for me. Thanks for sharing, I guess. White Forest, people and nature in harmony. I can't get in the door. There we go. So, I know there's something to do with, uh-oh. I wasn't even using the Sage's voice. Why am I yawning? There's something to do with the connectivity to a Pokemon Black player and their Black City. For the life of me, I can't remember what it is. But again, for the life of me, I don't remember my Pokemon White Forest being this lively when I first did the playthrough back on my original playthrough. Many people have come here from Black City. If you enter Black City and invite people, they might move here. Alright, this has to do with the Entralink. I want to buy stuff where you have to play the entry link and you connect with somebody else's game, and I guess you can meet people and bring them over, I guess is what's happening. I don't even know. Yeah, we'll get 10 more Pokeballs. Just in case, you never know, a shiny or another legend might come along. I think I want some more. Wait. We got plenty of full restores. I forgot. We got plenty of those to work with. We don't need the max potions. We don't need the hyper potions. Full restores do all that and then some, curing status conditions as well. Alright, what do you have to say? Did I speak to you? Emmy. It's fun to travel as you like with no particular goal in mind, but maybe it's better to have at least some idea of where you're going. So I'm assuming these characters have some sort of importance given the fact that they all have actual names. When you're surrounded by trees, you feel like your entire being has become one with nature. I actually kind of like that. I've gone on occasion to our big... I'm going to see what we can get for an encounter. Our big Central Park type area here called Rockwood Park in my hometown. And it's kind of cool. Hey! They were asking for Happiny. Should I try to catch it and see what they do? I'm going to wait. I'm going to go back and talk to them and see if that guy still wants me to bring a Happiny. But it's kind of cool when you get walking in the middle of, like, you know, trees and stuff. It's almost like, to me, sometimes I feel like I am in an enclosed area because the trees almost form a structure around you if the trees are really thick enough, and it's kind of cool in that sense. Okay, research. You want to find Corphish. Oh, so every day it must change to something else. I want to see what he does. Now, Corphish, from what I understand, are usually fishing Pokemon. Let's get our Super Rod fired up. And can we find a Corphish? Not today. But we're going to keep trying. I ain't giving up just yet. I should probably register that. Yeah, let's get the registration. How does that work again? If I register 2 items... Oh, wait, I think I know. I remember. If I try to activate an item... Oh, right there, okay. It brings up a menu. I kind of like how they did it with Gen 6, where you actually hold your registration button, then you hit your control pad up, down, left, or right to use it. Come on, Corphish, I know you're here somewhere. I could try surfing on the water, but I'm pretty sure... What? I'm right by the water, Professor. But I'm pretty sure fishing should be a thing. I'll give you 3 more chances, Corphish, and then I'm going to be surfing for you. And do I need to surf out onto the water, I wonder? Because this is kind of ridiculous. If I do find a Pokemon by fishing right here, I'm going to be pretty upset that we haven't found one by now. Because I just want to be upset by it, apparently. I don't know why we can't fish there. Okay, let's try this little spot. Have any of you out there gone fishing in real life? I mean, I'm sure it's a lot slower than this. You know, obviously, this... You can spend... I don't even know how long... I've gone fishing very slim. What? Very seldom. There's the word. With my uncle when I was really young. Didn't really do too much. But then, you know what? I'll tell you a very unhappy story that I felt. Like... Some people might not find this bad. I found it bad. The only time that I can recall ever catching a fish was we were fishing off the pier, the dock near where his summer camp was, and there's an encounter. Corphish. Hello, Tad. Hey, how's it going, buddy? You remind me of Meyer B. But I did apparently. I can't speak. I did apparently hook a fish, and I reeled it in. And, you know, we weren't catching them to eat them, we were just doing catch and release, which I don't know if I understood, really. There's a Corphish. But, as it turns out, the fish, when it bit the hook got stuck in its mouth and actually came out the eye. And I didn't like that. I felt really bad about that. I mean, it wasn't me that made it bite it like that, but it was me that cast the line out there. And... that's when I kind of thought, I don't think fishing is for me. Because, you know, I've heard some people try to say that fish don't feel pain. And I don't know how you could say that. Maybe they don't. I don't know. But I'll fully admit, my ignorant belief is that if anything is alive, it can feel pain. Well, maybe. I don't know about plants. Maybe they feel something. I've heard that trees shake when you go to cut them down. I'm completely ignorant. I'm clueless on this. But anyway, long story short, having a hook come through the eyeball of a fish made me think, I don't think fishing is for me. Same kind of person for, I'm the same kind of person when it comes to, like, say, the idea of hunting. I can understand hunting for a purpose. You hunt for food. That's what our ancestors did way back in the day. And, still some people do nowadays too. I don't want to say that they don't. So, we got the ruffian Pokemon Corphish. Its hardy vitality enables it to adapt to any environment. Its pincers will never release prey. Never? Like a dead man's grip. I'm not going to nickname it because I'm basically just testing it to see what this guy says. Now, do I need to bring it actually physically to him, or will having it in the Pokedex work? Well, I saw proof of it. I guess I gotta show you the proof. See, technically, he said if I find proof, and I did. But I guess I gotta show him the actual Pokemon. But, yeah, as far as, like, hurting another creature, I am a bit of a hypocrite in that I'm not, vegetarian. I do eat meat, and some people might say, well, how can you justify eating meat if you don't think hurting animals is right? And to that, I can't really, excuse myself. I figure, it kind of goes against the whole thought that, one person can make a difference. I figure if meat is being produced and processed and stuff in such high quantities and high amounts that it currently is, me not eating it's not going to change that. It's still going to be done. So it's like, I feel somewhat bad, somewhat awkward, but not completely. I don't know. I'm a weird person. I'm a hypocrite. I'll say it right now. Alright, we got Corphish. Whoo! That's Corphish. So it lives in this forest, too. What's where you caught it today? Hoo-hoo! This means there are Corphish in White Forest. For you, my skilled Pokemon catcher, this small trifle. Who? Okay. Well, I guess we get berries by doing that, but that's kind of not worth it. I essentially spent, what was that, 3 Pokeballs? 3 Pokeballs, 600 Pokédollars for a Chesto Berry, which in other games you can get for free by using the what would you call it, the dirt fields that this game does not provide you. So, not that interested in getting berries for that kind of amount. You know what? You're not injured. We're gonna let you visit over here, buddy. There we go. All right, we're good to go. And we're moving on to check out what else does this place have to offer. I think that's all White Forest has. So, let's move on and see... Do we get to... What's the name of the bridge? Hello, Happiny. Yeah, we saw you. We know you're here. Why do you attack? 1 step. Now, there is one more piece of grass between us and Freedom and Clear. Like, what do you think? Oh, I'm surprised. I thought we would have been attacked, actually. Alright, where does this lead us to? What's going on here? A Pokemon outbreak at Route 13. That's not that far from where we're at. Undella Bay is actually just next to it. If you want to enjoy the slow life, visit White Forest. Wait a minute, what? So Pokemon really seen elsewhere can be found in White Forest. But I saw something about a rainstorm. Also, as the residents change, the forest also changes. Looking at the changes, I feel the people and the forest are made of the same living matter. Yes, it's called, well, half of them are dust, thanks to you-know-who. By the way, new trailer for Spider-Man Far From Home came out recently, and I am looking forward to that one. It's going to happen, of course, after I guess the plot of Endgame, from what I hear. So, unless it's supposed to be done beforehand, I don't know. But I think it's supposed to take place after Endgame, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens with all these Marvel movies. Route 11, a very unusual thunderstorm. Might check that out. People who yearn for nature often move into White Forest. Nice. But we're moving onward. Alright, now this actually takes us to a pretty important spot here in the... I didn't want to fight here in the Unova region. We're going to go to a place called... Can someone translate that? I'm assuming he's saying, good travels, have fun, I'm gonna beat you up. I should subtitle that, but I'm not going to. Alright, Hiker Kit. Where's the black car that speaks to you? Oh, wait, no, that was the name of the car, wasn't it? You guys know what I'm talking about? Who here knows what Knight Rider even is? I'll tell you, I kind of don't. I knew, basically, you know, the idea of it, and I'm gonna surf, but I never really watched Knight Rider. I mean, it sounds like a cool idea. Car that... I don't even know the idea of it. The car speaks, which is cool. An inanimate object able to speak and converse and interact, and that's kind of cool. Alright, now this reminds me, okay, so we were looking up sort of retro stuff in my 3D course that I'm taking, and who out there has any clue what I'm talking about when I say the name Turbo Teen? Eh? Does anyone out there remember Turbo Teen? I don't want to spoil it for you. Feel free to pause this video, check on YouTube, look up Turbo Teen intro, watch it for yourself. Come back here in a little bit and let me know what you think. We're going to finish this fight and I'll tell you my thoughts about this Turbo Teen. Because it was something that I used to watch when I was younger. Or I think I was more into the comics. I do believe there were comic books of Turbo Teen. So from what I remember, Turbo Teen is essentially a teen that him and his car get zapped by this weird experimental laser beam, and then he gains the ability to transform into the car when he is... I think it's when he's warm. And when he gets too cold, he turns back into the teen. Interesting idea for a cartoon, I will say. But, I mean, you had Transformers too, so that was kind of the same thing. Transformers turn into like humanoid things. Anyway, all that random retro stuff aside, we're at the Poke Transfer Lab. What's Poke Transfer? Come find out. First of all, let's get me a free soda pop. There's my paid for one. We're getting a free one right here. Is this game glitched? Can't even find one in the trash can. Oh well. Alright, tell us about this, Fennel. You're not Fennel, are you? Hi, hello! You came here. That means you're a visitor. Brilliant deduction. Huh? No. You came all the way here. Ah, are you a trainer? Are you in the middle of your journey? Ah, this is your trainer card. What? You have all the gym badges? Great, you may be able to... Professor Park! Quick. Wait a minute. First time we're seeing a professor without a name of a tree. Unless, is there a park tree that I don't know about? Oh, there you are. Professor, do you have a minute? I think you do. Listen. Wait, is this the same person? Different voice. We're on a different elevation. The acoustics are different. This kid is a trainer who has all the gym badges. All of them. I'm sure this trainer can operate it. I've told you many times. This invention is great indeed, but without a professional trainer. Oh. Wait, you have all the gym badges? All of them? Fantastic. Fantastico. Yahoo. Also Google and Bing. What a great day. Great. Unbelievable. Hi, I am Professor Andrew Park. You. Chaz, are you willing to participate in an ambitious experiment that will make history? This device is called Poke Transfer. It connects, blah blah blah, called DS system. Meanwhile, blah blah, of molecules. And then, he doesn't even care. Energy particles and frequencies and faraway Pokemon alpha waves. What about the Blitz waves? Following which spectacular results. Convergence. To put it more simply, if you use this device, you may be able to bring Pokemon here from other regions. But just for safety's sake, the Pokemon you're transferring shouldn't be holding anything, so make sure to take their items first. So, you're a fantastic Pokemon trainer. Will you participate in the great experiment of the century? You need 2 DS systems to use Poke Transfer. We will conduct the experiment with another DS. Is that okay? Not today. We already have our Pokemon. If you decide that you want to play with Poke Transfer sometime, you're welcome to come back and ask me. Now, I'll give you the TLDR of this. This basically is what we had to send our Pokemon from Gen 4 up into Gen 5. You would get 2 DSs, they'd be whack, 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 like Pac-Man talking to each other, and you would send Pokemon from, I forget how it worked. I think you have to choose only 6 from your DS, or your Gen 4 game, and set that in one of your DSs, and then in your Gen 5 game in the other DS right here, of course Pokemon White or Black, you would then transfer them over, and then there's a mini game. You gotta throw Pokeballs and that. Anyway, it was kind of cool. We don't really need to do it, but it's kind of cool. With this research of mine, I also want to have an impact on people in the future. People living 100 or 200 years from now. You have a limited set of goals. You should look into the future of like 1,000 or 1,000,000,000 million. Here we are monitoring Poke Transfer. We're keeping a careful eye to make sure all the Pokemon have safe travels. Nice stuff. Alright, so you know what? As far as I recall, there's not too much left on this route. There are some actual retro Pokemon. Wait, there's a camper. This seems vaguely familiar. Have I been here? I think I stepped out here briefly? Hang on a sec. Marvelous Bridge. No, I haven't been here yet. Truly marvelous and also a bridge. I don't think I've been here. What's going on in here? Wait, I think I spoke to you, didn't I? No. By any chance, have you caught a Pokemon called Ditto? I'd be very happy if you would trade my Rotom for your Ditto. If you don't want to, I understand. But if you ever change your mind, yada yada. This seems familiar. Have I been here, folks? Am I completely mistaken? I think I have, because wouldn't there have been an item there? But I don't remember being on Marvelous Bridge yet. I am lost. I decided to find a new Pokemon partner around Route 13. Nice. Good for you. I think you tried to beat me up. I want to research an effective method for rotation battles. Alright. This is kind of cool. Would you have a battle with me? I will most certainly, because this is a kind of battle format that we didn't get. What's kind of cool, Gen 5 introduced two new kinds of battles. There are triple battles, as we've seen many times, and these things called rotation battles. Now, Pokemon White version, basically you only had triple battles to look forward to, except this one trainer here will rotation battle you. Vice versa, the opposite thing is true for Pokemon Black version. They would have rotation battles throughout the entire playthrough, and then this trainer would give you triple battles. So the way these battles work, you essentially have 3 Pokemon in play at one time. If I was to use a stat boosting move, like if I had Blaze use if he had Dragon Dance, for example, well, first of all, let's go to fight. So I can choose my attacks. I'm sure you folks already know all about this, but for those who don't, I'm just going to take you through the basics. We have these attacks that I can use while Sheldon is up in front. But we got 2 rotation buttons at the bottom. I can rotate into Blaze and choose one of these moves. Or I can instead rotate into Fluffy and use one of these moves. And the opponent can rotate as well. So it kind of, when you're doing rotation battles, it comes down to, with Sheldon in front, what would be the best move to go for if any of these Pokemon came to the active spot? And if nothing of Sheldon's worked out, like say they have a water resistance, for example. What I might want to do is then switch into Blaze and go with something that would be neutral to all, like, well, nothing. That Kling Klang really messes things up here. However, I'm not going to switch into, or rotate into Blaze because we have a water type. So I'm going to go into Fluffy. Nope. Where's my Fluffy? There's my Fluffy. And we're going to go Metronome. Let's just have some fun. Oh, here comes the Kling Klang. Or Kling Klang, I guess. But what's really cool, if, for example, I said Blaze used Dragon Dance and boosted his attack and speed, if I rotate him out, he keeps those stat changes when he rotates back in. How strange, we got Cosmic Power. That's one of the natural moves I believe Clefairy gets. But, so, for example, I'm going to rotate out now, and she's going to keep those stat boosts. Let's go into... You know what? Just to show you how the game does cheat, I'm going to switch into Sheldon, and they're going to bring in Alamomola. Okay, the game's calling me a liar. But it seems, more often than not, when you're fighting a computer opponent, they choose the best thing to counter what you've already chosen. And it's like, they can't happen to know that every time. But we actually got confusion on that, so we're getting kind of lucky here. Let us let Blaze come in for some fun. We're going to try... I'm expecting the Alamomola to come in. We're going to Air Slash. Stay active. Alright, I have no clue what they're doing at any point. Could flinch, could be paralyzed. Could... Wait, it's not paralyzed. Confused, that's right. Alright, let's just go with Flamethrower. Let's not rotate. Oh! Alright. Did you just hear that, though? I know I've griped about Gen 5 quite a bit. I just want to say I don't like the sound of Flamethrower. Let me see if I can take care of this Alamomola. so we can hear what it sounds like. Actually, you know what? I'm going to use it right now. I'm going to be quiet, turn your volumes up if need be, and listen to how Flamethrower sounds as it hits the opponent. Wait for it. There's Wide Guard. No effect. We're not using a wide attack. Listen. Do you hear that as it connects? It sounds like a physical... I don't like the way they did that sound. That makes no sense. Anyways, now that we don't have anything resistant to, for example, Air Slash, that's our safest bet. You can go ahead and Wide Guard. Air Slash is a single target attack. I'm glad it doesn't count the fact that Air Slash can hit opposite sides of a triple battle as being a wide kind of attack. Alright, so I think we're safe to go... No, we're going to keep going Air Slash. We could flinch, even if they switch. But they don't. Alright, and all that's left is the Behem. I have heard, apparently, that the nickname... Not the nicknames, the species names for Elgyem and Behem are supposed to be... What would you call it? Phonetic spellings of different anagrams, or acronyms, I think it's actually called. So Elgyem is supposed to be a spelling of the letters LGM for Little Green Man, or Alien, basically, right? And Behem is Is it BEM? And I think I've heard, I don't know if it's true, but I think I've heard it's for Bug-Eyed Monster. Would that be it? If anyone out there knows for sure, feel free to correct me, because as we've proven already in this episode, I can be pretty ignorant about things, and I fully admit to that. Am I a rotation battle genius? No, actually, you just didn't pull the computer cheats, as you tend to do sometimes. Now I can have rotation battles with my friends. Now, I don't think she battles me every day, but I kind of hope she does, because I like the different mechanics they've added. I've said a lot of bad about Pokémon White, or just Gen 5 in general, but I enjoyed the 2 new battle mechanics they've introduced. I feel kind of bad that Gen 7 took them out. Rotation battles had a real interesting, thing to them. Triple battles were just cool as well. They could get easily one-sided if the opponent had a lot of type effectiveness against you, but, I mean, that comes down to, like, luck of the draw and even single battles, But anyway, as you just saw, we saved the game because we are now at time for our episode today for Pokémon White. I want to say, folks, thank you for watching, and hopefully I was informative or entertaining or just randomly grossing you out with that fish story. If you enjoyed today's episode, though, feel free to let me know with the like button down below. If you want to see some more episodes of Pokémon White, you can check out the description. We got a link in the link in there to the playlist for you. You can also subscribe if you're not yet subscribed on our channel. You can also join as a member and start getting some members exclusive perks for being a supporting member, helping me out and helping out the channel. If you want to see some more content that I put out, I do have Instagram, Twitter, and Discord, all linked in the description. I'm going to eventually trim down this outro because I don't need to keep hammering it in your heads that I got that stuff. It's already linked in there for you. But feel free to check it out and see some of the cool 3D modeling that I'm working on in my course that I'm taking. But I think that does wrap things up. So thank you folks again for watching. Professor Chaz is signing off, and I'll catch you next time.